Hello, my name is Morgan Bemko. I handle subcontractor relations and install problems. Today we're going to learn how to put a unit in a standard vehicle. We just have one of our regular units, no peripherals. Let's start by taking apart the dash. Just kidding on the blowtorch. Usually to take apart a dash you'd only need something like that. Nowadays most dashes are plastic and kind of pop and go. With just a little force, panels can come apart. The considerations that we have to deal with here in installing this unit is making sure that it can see GPS underneath plastic and glass, and then being able to run the wires where there's power. Now we're going to mount the unit, which is very important. A lot of the mounting, making sure that it's a secured mount, is because we have an accelerometer in here that deals with our driver style feature. I'm going to use a substance called butyl tape, which never hardens. We're going to put it on the back of the unit itself and mount it inside the cavity. Between the plastic holding down the unit and the butyl tape, it'll be a solid mount for the unit itself. What we're going to do after we mount the unit in here, which we're going to leave on the dash so we can test it first, is we're going to run our wires inside the dash, because I know our ignition wires are down here. Like I said, most vehicles are pop and play. As you can see, there's a bunch of wires hanging out down here, and this person has a lot of aftermarket devices on top of everything. We're going to figure out what wires are ignition are constant, and then we're going to drill a ground right to the frame. Now that we've run our wires down, we've prepped the ends of them by stripping back excess plastic and exposing some wire. We also need to crimp on a ground. We make sure that we ground directly to the frame, as it takes our electrical circuit off of any other electrical systems that are in the vehicle itself. We generally use a self-tapping screw and an eye loop, which you see I've crimped on. It's nice and solid. Let's put that in the dash. Now this is the scariest thing for any customer to see, and it also helps to be a contortionist being underneath the vehicle. So this would be the frame of the vehicle. It's a piece of metal that's grounded out. I've got my screw and my screw gun, and let's get it in here. Now that that's all the way in, you can see it's a nice solid connection. In this case, we're going to run our wires up to our constant ignition. Demonstrate the preferred method of wiring being the poke and wrap system. This wire would represent the vehicle's wiring. This would be our unit's wiring with a little bit of insulation exposed. So we're going to take our handy dandy strippers, pull back a little bit of insulation off of the vehicle wiring, take a sharp object, poke a hole in it, put our wiring through that hole. Then we're going to take a pair of needle-nose pliers and close it up, wrap our wiring around, making a nice solid connection. Add a little bit of electrical tape, and then to finish it all off, a zip tie, which will be cut to length. Poke and wrap. So now the unit's been wired, it's powered up, I have my lights blinking. We're going to call into tech support to confirm the operation of the vehicle. The one thing we do want to do after that is make sure that all the dash pieces go back together and are secure, and there's nothing that was out of the way from when we went into the vehicle. Let's call it in now. Hi, how you doing? I got a unit to call in.